We'll start the meeting, December 15th, the Fair TV Commission. What's the first order of
Chair's
business?
remarks.
Chair's remarks. Um, I don't think I have anything other than if we want to talk about the CAC email or if we want to do that later.
Probably should do that later.
Okay.
Next is the
So,
vice chair's remarks.
Well,
okay.
that would actually include some of the CAC things. I
Well, you
just
want to
met,
take that? We can take it up anytime.
yeah, I mean, I just met with him most recently, I think, right, Susan? I don't think that was too long ago. I'm trying to remember.
Right.
But one of the things that they brought up a second time, and Susan, I don't know if this was is like a common topic because it does seem like they've mentioned it every time I've been on with them. The was it appointing like four positions and that can't be from they can't include the Fair TV personnel. But it's something that I think is supposed to be from the Board of Selectmen, or is that the Board of Ed that we're talking about?
No, it's in the, I looked at the bylaws again of the CAC today because this goes back at least a year trying to get this straightened out. Fairfield, because of its population, is entitled to four seats on the CAC. One comes from Fair TV, one comes from the Board of Education, one comes from the Library Commission, and then the fourth is a non-voting member, which would be Luke, to be on the commission. Just what Luke, look at the excitement on his face when I say that.
But
Um,
the other towns don't have all these people. There's like, I don't understand.
no, because I think a lot of other towns, Bridgeport and some other towns, just lost interest. I think for whatever reason, I have no idea why they lost interest, but they
I have
also,
some,
was that?
I have some ideas.
Yes, we can speculate. But my understanding is they also don't get any money
Oh,
because,
okay.
and so the times that I was on when money was discussed, the CAC sort of made things up as they went. And the one time that they were voting on it, I objected to some of the formulas they came up with, and they wouldn't let me vote because they said I hadn't been duly authorized by the first selectman. And it's weird. Anyway, so we're entitled to these four seats. Um, and I encouraged David several times to all he had to do was send a note to the chair of the Board of Education and to the Library Commission and say, hey, we have these seats, appoint somebody because we can have more influence on how this money is being distributed.
Hmm.
And David didn't want to have anything to, didn't want to do it. He just didn't. I think he was afraid that we would end up owning it, which doesn't necessarily have to happen. We just need the
But aren't
vote.
we owning it now? I mean, we're the only
Well, we,
people.
well, except you've got somebody like Marlene, who comes from one of the smallest districts, pretty much dictating when meetings are held,
Oh,
what will
I see.
happen, how the money is being distributed. And all the other ones are pretty much, as are we, let's be frank, only interested in the money because the CAC really has no other power except over
Right.
the money that the state set aside, which comes from the cable systems. So that's pretty much where it is. I think my sense is that when Tom Foley was on the CAC, it was much more active. And Jerry was also, um, he would attend meetings, Jerry being the previous Luke. And Jerry had some influence with the board too. I gather they would listen to him about equipment and other stuff. So, you know, we can write back to the Board of Education and say, yeah, appoint somebody and
Yeah.
contact the library board. I dug out the language. It's really confusing to read, but one is appointed by the library board, but doesn't have to be a member of the library board.
I
They just
see.
have to be designated by the board.
But then they're all supposed to go to these meetings too?
I don't know. My guess is this is totally a guess, that if we had showed up with, or if we said, okay, we got 3 members now, right? We have 4 members, but Luke would be a non-voting member. Chances are they would say, then you run it, which I suppose we could do. I don't think it's clearly not that hard. But
Yeah.
we would,
If,
being I believe we're the largest community that has presence on the CAC, we would dominate just by fiat. We would dominate by numbers. We would not dominate our presence on the board.
well, what do you guys want to do? I mean, I'm
I
fine with
did.
appointing people and just seeing what happens.
So I did email back Jen when I
I
got
saw
the
your,
email.
I saw your
Right.
email.
Yeah.
She hasn't
Did she
gotten back
respond
to
to
me yet.
that?
No, nothing yet. But at least hopefully that's the start of telling her that this is still going on. They probably thought it's been gone for years.
Yeah, because Tom Foley, when he left, nobody made any effort to replace him.
Yeah.
But I
And
think
it-
if we pointed out to them, I think the pot is $100,000, and we make good use of that money. If
Right.
we pointed that out to them and said, we need a stronger voice from Fairfield because it's free money,
and I
and
will
we
tell
need
you, because
Pardon me?
I said I do work for the Board of Ed, my day to day, like my everyday job. So I do know they can use the money too, especially like the tech department. I mean, we're
Yeah,
always looking for ways, things that are getting cut out of the budget and whatnot.
yeah, and it's free money, and I think we would be derelict not to get all the money we can. Not to sound greedy about it, but if other communities are going to pass on it,
Right.
and
Let's send those emails then and get people appointed. And then if we have to take it on, I mean, if Marlene can do it, I have faith that we can do it.
yeah,
The meeting, right? It's not, we don't have to do like the in-person dinners that they're trying to do, but I think it's
right.
doesn't seem so complicated.
So
So maybe we just do that and then see what happens.
yeah, I mean, it's no sweat off their back to name somebody.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we? Especially if we, in the letter, say this is essentially free money.
Right.
They're not costing the taxpayers a penny.
Right. Okay. So what's the next step? What should we do? Should we wait to hear back from her then, Luke, do you think?
I mean, we could, but it might be nice coming from one of you guys to just kind of follow up and say, hey, like kind of what Lee mentioned, that you guys, they have a seat, the library has a seat, and it's basically like you said, free money that obviously I'm assuming it would be whatever town of Fairfield gets divided by 4 or whatever, divided by 3 for each group.
Well, there is that, in that the library is going to want to share the money,
Yeah.
and the Board of Education is going to want to share the money.
But then that could be, I mean, that could be the argument is, I mean, if we have 4 people or 3 or 4 people and all these other towns only have 1 and it's, a fraction of the size of Fairfield, then,
Right, maybe we
the
just
20,000 that we're getting should be more, especially
Yeah.
if it's going to the Board of Ed and
Right.
going to the library.
Yeah, we can distribute it differently based on
Yeah,
like
well, when
population or
by votes, and it's supposed to be, and they claim it's proportional. I'd have to go back and look at my notes about what it was, but they're giving, and not Ansonia, there's a town,
Like Amity or something.
yeah, they're giving Amity a big hunk of money, for, they're using it for class instruction.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay, so Lee, do you want to reach out or do you want me to reach out or
I'm either happy to reach out, or I can draft a letter and you
yeah, or
can.
you reach out and copy me or whatever.
Which do you want? I'm happy to do that, or I'm happy to draft a letter and have it go over your signature if you want to do that. Whichever you think is.
Sure, that works. Whatever you think
Okay.
is going to be
Give me a day or
effective.
two to to draft
Yeah.
something and I'll send it to you. And
Let's do that.
if it's okay with you, Luke, I'll respond to her and say, stronger letter to come or something like that. You
Yeah,
get the
that's
idea.
fine. Just say,
That work?
I'll follow up with more details. Or that you'll follow up more details. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
I just didn't. I just wanted to get ahead of it before they had a meeting and they changed the bylaws real quick, and it's like, wait a minute, this isn't it's
Right.
gone
No,
yeah,
altogether.
I don't think they plan that far ahead. They just do it. Well, the one time I sat through it, they just did it on the fly.
Yeah,
It was crazy, surprisingly.
yeah. Oh no, I meant the Board of Ed. I didn't want the Board of Ed to go change some things.
yeah.
They
No,
said
that's
that was the big thing. It was in their bylaws about the CAC.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I didn't want
Okay.
them
Well,
to
I'll
change it.
shoot her. I'll shoot her a note either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I would just like to say, Lee, I appreciate a little bit of the background info on CAC. I had no, that was not the kind of stuff that I was aware of. So it's good to kind of hear
Well,
kind of
I
where
wrote a whole thing up for David that if I can ever figure out where it's buried in this new computer, I can send it around so you can get a sense of how crazy it was.
I could probably find it in an old email thread or something.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
It's funny though that Pete's been to how many meetings and that they haven't even discussed any of that. Like,
which parts. I mean, I've been to two or maybe three, maybe three.
that's what I'm saying. You've been to 3 meetings and they haven't even discussed like what they're about or any of the stuff
Oh,
that.
no, it's just business as usual. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who's listening in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Anyway, okay. I'll do
okay.
Well, that would probably conclude my report.
Great.
Excellent job.
Oh, we need to approve
Yeah,
the
we need to
minutes,
Prove
right?
we have to approve the minutes, which we should have done anyway. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the November 17th meeting.
And I'll second it.
Okay?
All in favor?
All right.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. Do
Okay.
I aye it too?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm trying to remember because I don't have this in front of me. What's the next? Is there new business?
Manager's report.
Yeah, so for mine, I mean, nothing really new. The only obviously the new thing was the CAC money that we spent the rest of basically upgrading equipment, cameras, camcorders, basically all accessories that go along with the camcorders. And we actually used it in a recent shoot that we did and it worked out good. So
Oh, good.
yeah. So that was the Christmas the winter whimsy thing. So
Yeah.
it's on the page if you want to check it out. So all that stuff came in perfect timing. So
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
yeah,
it
so that
is
was
really
helpful.
useful.
Yeah, exactly. So that I mean that's all I have for that. And then I mean obviously the budget. I know that's later on in the agenda, so I could always wait for that. So other than that, that's all I have for today.
Okay.
Okay.
So your next item is new business. The budget.
Yeah.
The budget, yeah. Do we have new business or just the budget? Is there any other requests come in? No.
Oh, I did. There was a request that came into the FairTV email. It seems like it was one of the like blanket emails to all. What was it? It seemed like it was to all, like the public channels about covering some state meeting, but we're not.
Okay.
I know in the past we've never covered the state meeting, so I think what they do a lot of times they just send it out to everybody because it's not like it's titled to us. It's like coverage request or if anyone
Right.
kind of thing. So it's not. It wasn't official.
So we don't have to respond or anything.
Yeah, we don't have to. It was. I know in the past we never covered anything statewide. So
Okay.
that was the only thing.
Want to talk about the budget then?
Yeah, so I mean I guess I'll share my screen and then we could I have to. Yeah, I think you have to allow me to share.
Oh, God. Who's the host? Not me, right?
Yeah, Pete.
This is the 2026-27 budget.
Yeah, yeah. So it will take effect. Let's see. Can you see that?
What's our fiscal year? January?
July 1st to
Okay.
obviously whatever June 30th, whatever.
June 30th. Okay.
So can you see the screen? This is.
Yep.
Right. So this is last year's so 25 and then 26. These two are the ones that we did last. So last year was this one.
Mm-hmm.
So for this year, I mean, without bumping up crazy amount, the only thing I really added here was additional money for some software. Some of the software we use, it kind of increases over the years. And then I put in some extra money for hardware too. Obviously, pretty much 99% of this equipment that we buy is through the CAC.
Mm-hmm.
But I just figured it might be nice to have a little bit of a cushion. God forbid we don't get funding from CAC, and
Yeah.
we have something pop up last minute.
Luke, what is the software? Are these like contracts or just one?
No, so I mean, we use like Adobe products, so like
okay.
Adobe Suite.
Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of times, which doesn't make sense to me, but because from what Dave Kelly's told me, it's a government use license. So if you go to like adobe.com and you want to buy an Adobe Suite license, it's like a couple $100.
Right.
But because it's, I guess, government use and tax free and the whole nine, I guess it's way more expensive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've talked to him about it, and he, we've gone back and forth, and I guess because that's the only license that we can use as a government entity. That's why it's increased. And since I started 3 years ago, it's gone up. I mean, not substantially, but it's gone up every year. But that's like everything else.
And what about the fees? Like, what are those fees? Is that like is that like a typo? The change? Oh, yeah, it's just adding 3,000.
So yeah, so this is the change. So
I see. Okay.
That would be the change. It'd be $3,000 more than last year.
And then
I just put this together, and we could talk about it more. I just kind of threw something together so we could have something to go off of.
And then what about the labor and your fee? Like, nothing, you don't want to request any changes there?
I mean, of course, I'm always, if I didn't want to be greedy.
I know, but we can ask, right?
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's kind of up to us. I mean, and up to you guys if you feel that I deserve a raise again or whatever it would be. I mean, same thing with the freelancers. I know we bumped them up last year, or this current year, I guess. So
I mean, I feel like they approve it pretty easily. We might as well ask. I mean, if we don't have them, if we don't have you, if we don't have them, what are we going to do?
Yeah, no,
So,
I agree. I just didn't want to come to
maybe
the table
if you could think of a number. I don't really know how many people there are, but if you want to.
So there's about, let's see, I have it right here. Yeah.
Right, Lee? Like, do you agree with me? I feel like
I do.
because I feel like they don't
So
really
this
push
is-
back that much with our budget.
This is the group that we have. So
Okay.
And that's their current rates.
What did we request last year, like percentage wise?
So that was, I think it was one. Hang on, let me see. I can pull it up here.
It's pretty small increase, I remember.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. It's like, I to be honest, I've never. I mean, before I started this job, I didn't really do a budget too much, so I don't know what is a good raise and what is. I mean, I know like it's probably around 3 or 4% as far as like the overall budget increase, right? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why. Let's see, where did it go?
Yeah, why don't we request like, I feel like 3 to 4%. I mean, in times now, like companies
Yeah,
aren't
no,
really
I
giving
agree.
that much, but I think like 3 to 4 is good. I mean, inflation's what, like, I don't know, 6? Is it 6
Yeah,
right now? So like, I
yeah.
feel like 3 or 4 is like, why don't we just ask for 4%? Well, like if they don't give it to us, do they give us, do they compromise or how does it work? Or they say no to all of it?
To be honest, I mean, since I've been here, like I said, I started 2023, and I mean, they've always approved it because it's such, I mean, it's not a huge
Right.
ask, and it's not a huge part of the budget. I mean, 100,000, I mean, there's other departments are millions, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's ask
Um,
for 4% then,
all right,
right?
so that would be sorry, let me just pull this up. So is
Because I
that,
also feel like it's not that much and you guys actually do things.
yeah,
Do you know what I
trust
mean?
me, I appreciate that. I mean, let's see. Um, so this is what it was last year. So those are the two separate funds, but all together they get totaled to 109,850.
Hmm.
So 4% of that would be
Yeah, 10 is,
114. Does that make sense?
yeah, right?
Or
10?
no.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
10.8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd
about
be
5.
114. Oh,
Yeah, it's not huge. Just some software and then a 4% raise. I think
yeah.
that's,
All right. And then as far as the freelancers go, um, do we want to, we can bump them up and I mean,
I think so.
and then would I be able to get a raise too if it's possible?
Yeah,
I mean, let's see, what would that be? It would be,
I think we should request 4% across for all of you guys. I mean, the freelancers there, how many are there? And it's only, I mean, it's really small and it's your time and
yeah. So that would bring me to like 54, 6. So, I mean, could we call
hmm.
it 55? Is that,
Yeah.
thank you. All right. So we'll do that. And then for the staffers, I mean, where are they? Let's see. So
And they're
that's,
all good. Like,
oh,
Lee,
yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're amazing, and I mean they're reliable. I mean they do a great job. A lot of them have been with me since I started. A couple of them I brought on, but I mean they're
Right. I feel like it's important I mean, if we don't have people, we can't
yeah, no, I
record
agree.
anything. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, that I 100% agree.
I can't do it. Can you do it, Lee?
I
Like,
probably could, but that's a separate story.
all right, Lee's
All
joining
right, Lee, you're in.
the crew. Yeah, let's put in the request, I think, right? Well, they do dollar per hour then. So
Yeah, so that's I mean if we did, I mean we could do two additional I mean.
yeah, whatever you think is, I don't know how dollars, I mean, I know how dollars work, but I don't know would that be nice? $2 more per person?
I think so, right?
Okay.
The only thing is, some of the staffers, and sorry, I don't know why this is acting crazy. Like, all right. So some of them have different roles for the most part. I mean,
Hmm.
like Jeff is more like, he's kind of like an assistant to me, kind of. Like, I'm not, I mean, he does the production and he also does some, like housework and archive work for the town, but through
Yeah,
us. So that's why he's at a higher rate than the others.
right.
Paxton, he's one of the producers. He's been here for, I think he was here before I started. Chelsea is one of the hosts. She also does some producing as a backup. Ryan, John, and Dan are all backups, but we use them occasionally. So, I mean, whatever you think. I mean, we could do.
I mean, you know best. I feel like you should I mean, we trust you, like you work with them. Like, what do you
Yeah.
feel like, do they all deserve two? Do some deserve?
Yeah. I mean, I think they
Right?
all deserve at least two.
Okay.
Um, the only thing I would say is because Jeff does more,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit more for him.
Okay.
Just because I mean he does more than just to produce, and he does like some of the like the channel scheduling and stuff like that.
Yeah. Then let's,
archive work and stuff.
Well,
I mean, I think it's important to retain them.
I think it's important to retain them. I think, I mean, I think they should get raises, but if you raise Jeff just by numbers, raise him by $3 per hour, that's a 10% raise. I don't know anybody who's getting 10% raises, but, and I'm not arguing against it, but
Oh,
that
I
could be,
see.
someone could come back to us and say, really? 10%? Who's getting 10% raises?
Yeah.
It's tricky.
But that's also because it's so small, right?
Well, um, what's so small?
Like a
Yeah.
10% of
The hourly rate, you mean?
20. Yeah, it's like, but, and also like a 10% raise of 20, what is it? 20,000 is what's the budget, or is that what,
Yeah, that's how much his purchase order was. So basically, so if it was
but how much did we actually purchase? I mean, how much did we actually pay him?
so it will probably come out to be about 20, maybe a little bit more by the
Oh,
end of
okay.
the year. That's just how much I put for the whole year for him.
So
We've
then it'd be
already
like
sent
20.
that in, haven't we? Haven't you?
Yeah, I do that in like June or July technically.
And is that money fungible? Meaning, if you decide you need one person more and the other person
Yeah,
less,
so I put that in just based on how many hours they typically work. And then if say Dan doesn't work as much as John or vice versa, I could re-update that and say, give John 2,000 but give Dan 5, you know what I mean? And then just kind of
Right, because these are
adjust
just
it like that.
POs. They're like budget holders for
Exactly, yeah.
right?
I mean, I think even 10, if he's making 22, it's not.
Well, that's the thing. If it was 10%, so say $33 an hour for Jeff, that would be essentially 22. So it'd be $20,000
Yeah.
and then 22 this year.
Right.
So that would be 8, 9. Let's see. And then if we did the others for 30, or I mean $2 raise.
I mean, it seems like a big percentage just because they're not large numbers.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Let's see. So if we did and then the other, so it'd be 33 for Jeff, 30 for Paxton, 29 for the other two, and then 27 for John and Dan. If we did like that.
Mm-hmm. Is there a reason why your 3 backups make different amounts? Like why Ryan makes more than
So
John?
Ryan's been here long,
Okay.
and he also does some of the shoots like that, like the filming of different events like the Memorial Day Parade and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he does more of the producing when he does fill in. Dan and John are both kind of hosts when they fill in.
Okay.
They
Okay.
could,
Just want to make sure it's like
they could
fair.
produce, But we just brought them on this year, like
Oh,
maybe
okay.
a couple months ago. And that was like the intro rate 25.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Okay.
why we started them at that. But I mean, like I said, if we do it like that, we just do it $2 for everyone else, and then $3 for Jeff. Would that make sense? I mean,
I think so.
that would only be like two. Let's see, two, seven. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, I would just have to run the numbers to see. I mean, I think we'll be fine too. Like, because I know like this last year we were over, like under budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then
On personnel?
yeah, and then this year I think like projected we'll probably be under budget too. Not, I mean, enough if we had to, cover, we should be fine. So
Yeah.
like with this increase, the 4%. So that would be, and honestly, I mean, let's see. So it would be
And the
one,
5's a cushion. I mean, this is all just budget, right? So
yeah. Let's see. So it'd be 114 for both of these together. Right?
mm-hmm.
So
Wait.
one, sorry.
When are these due?
Tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. They sent me an email last week, and it was like, oh, the budgets are due the 17th. So I'm like, okay, nice. Let's see. So that would be 114 for both of these combined. So it would look like this. 112 for this.
That's with the
So it would look like this. That's what we would.
okay.
So now this. So then I would just have to basically, let's see, take 112. So it would be. I mean, honestly, this line item wasn't in there before. I could just keep it as additional software. Because I mean, I don't think we're gonna realistically, with all the money we get from the CAC, I don't think we need to spend. I don't think we'll need to budget for equipment. If that makes sense.
Right.
Assuming that we get it next
Right.
year.
I mean, I think we can still budget if you want some wiggle room. It's still not that much money. Like
Yeah,
if we
well,
don't
like
spend it, then we come under budget, right? It's all
yeah,
it's all just fake.
yeah, true.
I always like at my job, I always like say yes, we're gonna spend like $1 zillion. Right? I mean, and this is just so
You always
small.
ask for more than you.
Yeah, you always say like, yeah, we're gonna plan. Just like you never know, and because it's so small in relation, like why not just I don't know, ask for it and then we don't have to worry about it.
So do you think that 4% is enough? I mean, because right now, if we did it like this, that has to equal 112.
That's what we're requesting from.
That would be 4%, the 112.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
That would be about 2,000, 1,500 or 1,200 over. So if that's
1,200 over what?
so to make it 4%, this line would need to be 112,894. So it's at 114 if we do this with the $5,000 for the
Yeah, let's just
software.
do that.
Or
Right?
do we just keep it at 2,000 and then give an extra 1,000 for the freelancers? You know, because if we're doing the increases there, and then get rid of that, we'll do maybe 3,000 like that, and then that brings us to 113, which is close.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, we're just moving numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think that will raise any. It's makes sense. You only is the labor and like you only raised the labor 1,000, is that right? Is
Yeah,
that what it amounts
because I
to
think,
when you calculate it? Okay.
well, I think with what we have not leftover, but projected leftover from this year,
Okay.
like how much of that budget would we would need more, if that makes sense. So like I did the projections of what we spent so far, and then what
Okay.
we would spend till June, and we're under budget for the staff. So I think if we take the same amount going to next year, it should
With the
cover.
$2 raise.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, we could add some more in there, but I think we're good there.
Okay. I think that's good.
I'm confused. Your change numbers don't make sense. The change column doesn't
Yeah,
make any
ignore
sense.
that. Ignore that.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah.
before. So
That was
don't even.
before. Those are the old change.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what you're looking at. So
Yeah.
that would be plus 1,000. I mean, here's the other thing too. This line here, that was originally for. I think when I got hired, Jerry was anticipating bringing on someone else as like a assistant. I don't know that Jeff kind of fell into that role, but I mean, we could just put freelance labor and just put it at 55,000. This way, I mean,
Well, let's not I think if they,
too many
because
changes.
yeah, then they're going to be like, why are you adding so much?
So
Like this just looks like you're adding, 2 here and
all
1
right, so
there.
let's do this. Let's put it
Yeah.
back to where it was. So it was 5, and then
Yeah, I think this looks.
an extra 1,000 for
Mhm.
software, extra 1,000 for freelance, and then the increase to mine.
Yeah, and the additional, I think that looks good. Do you agree, Lee?
I'm just still looking at it. Pete, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm as best as I've been following along. Uh, the numbers, they're pretty nominal and minimal. Um, and I don't think it's too big of a request to ask for the 4% across the board and the other raises that we're talking about for the hourly folks. It all boils down to very reasonable requests. So,
Mhm.
Luke, if you're saying that the money's going to be there, probably in all likelihood, regardless, then I would say I'm, all on board with granting those raises, for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the person who makes the most is Jeff, because he does,
He does the most.
What's that?
Probably aside from you, he does the most.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So he works the most as far as hours worked. I mean, not more than me, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that would be. So like looking at that, if I did the 20,000, say he makes around there this year, which is what the projection is. You do that. I mean, you do that divided by 30, and then add what it would be 33. I mean, that's only an extra $2,000, and like the projection this year, I think I mean, I want to say maybe $6,000 under budget for the staff. So, I mean, that right there would cover him, and then the other ones, I mean, Chelsea, if she works 12, say 12,000 this year by 27, and you brought her up to 29, right? That's what we would do, 29. I mean, that would only be $800 more.
Yeah.
The budget.
Well,
So
and keep in mind that most of the things they do are 4, 5, or 6 hour gigs at a time.
yeah,
So even if you take it at 6 hours for Jeff, that's $18. You're not talking about breaking the bank,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
right? It's not like he's going to get a lump sum payout
No,
of $5,000. He's
and
not.
that's the thing. Yeah, they're not working 40 hours a week. You know,
Right.
if it's an extra $3 an hour at 40 hours a week, then it's a different story. You know.
Right.
Right. And some of these things they're doing after their primary job
Yeah,
and going late into the night.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
they're all like after hours, and I
Yeah.
think it's important to like keep them motivated because
Yeah, no, that's honestly like I was going to mention it again, but I wasn't sure. Uh, but they definitely deserve it. I mean, I tell them all the time they're amazing, and they help keep everything smooth, going smooth,
hmm
and I mean, like you said, it's I think it helps keep them motivated and like to be able to see that increase. I mean, I could tell them a million times that they're appreciated and like how much they mean to us, but I think I hate to say it, but money talks sometimes. So like
Yeah,
Well,
especially
that
now.
extra motivation helps.
without them, the whole enterprise falls apart.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's not like a lot of the people who know how to do this kind of thing
yeah,
are just sitting around waiting for jobs. I mean,
exactly.
these people
Right.
are hard to find
Yeah. So,
that are reliable that you can count on.
oh,
Right.
100%. I mean, that all of them are reliable and definitely deserve it. I mean, my only thing is like, is that enough? I think it is. I mean, it's
I think it is. I mean, right now it's like so hard to
Well,
get any raises. Like I feel, especially for the government,
ha-
yeah.
it's
Luke, have
like,
you been hearing grumbles?
For what?
Grumbles from these folks about how much they're being paid.
No, no. I mean, like I said, I think, um, I mean, I know there was a couple mentions of it when I first, well,
Okay.
last year, because one of the guys was here for a few years and didn't get anything. And that's kind of why, I think, it's a good idea to, kind of keep on it.
hmm
And like I said, they do an amazing job. I mean, like I said, no one's kicked up about it, not at all. I mean, they're great workers, and they they're great to the team. So I think giving them that extra, they deserve it.
Yeah, without having them ask for it. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think if they start asking for it, then I mean, then I don't know.
Then you don't have trouble.
Yeah, then
Exactly.
it's a different
Yeah.
feeling where this is like,
So can you put up the whole budget again? Get rid of the whatever's overlaying it?
Yeah. So that would be. Can you guys see that? Or do you want me to zoom in?
hmm yeah,
So that would be it for the fiscal year 27. That's the one that we would be proposing.
yeah.
Now
And
the only thing is, I mean, I can add. Because like technically, I guess this would be, if you look at the numbers, like that's technically Jeff's role because that was the 20,000 that I put the purchase order in for. I mean, I didn't mark that as anything, so I don't know if I should add the extra 1,000 there. I mean, technically, it all comes from the same fund and the
Right.
account. But I think maybe for, I don't know, or is it better to put the extra 1,000 in the whole freelance labor group?
Yeah, I would keep it in the freelance.
Okay.
well, is this part-time archivist, host, production assistant, is that a position that even exists?
That was there when I
Well, that was
started.
Jerry's thing.
Jerry, I think one of the guys, Paxton, I think he was going to bring him on as that. Um, and then Paxton ended up getting a different job for the daytime. And then now he just does the producing. But then Jeff kind of fell into that role where he does the archiving and the host, I mean, the production assistant kind of. So I guess Jeff kind of fell into that role.
But does the money to pay Jeff come out of that
So
$20,000?
the money to pay them comes out of this. This is the account that comes out to pay them.
Yeah, it's
No,
all like the same account, so
no,
it's just how we distribute it.
I sort of get that, but um, it is almost as if that $20,000 is sort of a buffer.
No, I think that's his budget now. We're just putting the increase in the freelance labor and not putting Jeff's increase in that. Is that how I understand it, Luke?
Kind of, yeah, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, like I
So
said,
you're
you could put the extra into Jeff's, but then I mean, technically it's not. I mean, it's not Jeff's item. You know, it's more so that's just a line item that was there. That's why I was saying, is it better to? But then again, the freelance labor is technically the same thing because they're both.
Yeah, it's the same. So it's kind of just optics of how we think they'll look at it. That's why I kind of like keeping one item the same.
Yeah,
Does it make sense to do
I,
freelance labor up and be like, we have more freelance labor, even though it is the same thing. It's in the same bucket.
it's in the same bucket, but I think if you're talking about optics, um, I guess I'm confused. Are you talking about combining the 20,000 and the 35,000 together?
that's what I was saying. We could do that. We could.
But I think the optics of that are then you're suddenly going from
Right.
$34,000 to
Yeah, and then
$55,000.
you could also
Somebody's
say
going to
that.
scream about that.
And you could
Yeah, I
also say
think,
there's like a change of position, even though there's not, like that
Right,
might cause some stirring too.
right.
right.
That's why I think they're pretty nominal increases across three, and then one doesn't change at all. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I think I mean, unless you wanted to put an extra thousand, like I don't know. I mean, we could put an extra 1,000 into here, but then again, I mean, it's coming out of the same account.
Yeah. And we
Right.
don't need it, right? I think we're already like, we have enough in the budget, right, Luke?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
Like I said, the current year projection is it won't be under budget again.
I
yeah.
think my opinion is you should leave it the way it is because
Mhm.
you'll try to explain to your blue in the face why you're combining those two, but the
Yeah,
number
and
somebody's
I
going to look at
think
the number and say, "Wait a minute,
Yeah, they'll be
yeah.
like, it's too
they're not
much.
going to buy it."
Yeah,
Right.
no, I agree. So I think we leave it like that. Add the extra 1,000 under freelance labor because that covers the whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, if quote unquote, Jeff is that part-time production assistant, then I mean we could always pull extra money from the freelance labor if needed.
Right.
It's in the
Right.
same account, I'm assuming, right? I mean,
Yeah. It's all the same.
And what's the rationale for the additional 1,000 for the software?
that's just in case the price of things goes up.
Oh, I
Last
see. And
last
those
year, I
are
think
those,
it was like, what was that?
is that mostly licenses or are you having to buy additional software?
That's just mostly licensing.
Okay.
I mean, the Adobe one alone is like I think 1,300.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, what I'm trying to think, that's probably the only software I bought this year. Um,
And what constitutes special departmental supplies?
that's always been there. I don't. I think that's just a lot that was there for like emergency equipment kind of thing. Like, oh, we need a cable, we need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Okay.
think that's good. I think that's good to keep.
I
Just
agree.
have as a backup. I mean,
I agree.
Okay. Do we have to do a motion to approve this?
Yeah, you're going yes.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to approve this budget proposal for FY 27.
I'll second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, so that will be it, right? So we'll ask for 113,
Yeah.
13. All right, so sorry. This will be 114, 350.
Okay.
Yeah. So which is essentially like 4.1 or something, but this way
Yeah.
it's rounded numbers.
Wait.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Luke, can you send this to me so I can
Yeah,
write it up in the
yeah.
minutes?
Yep. And then also along with that, I do submit this. No, where is it? This is the one. Where'd it go? This is the one from last year, so I'll just update this to reflect this year's budget.
Okay.
So, and I already did this, like the highlights and everything, so that's up to date. And then I'll just adjust the budget summary.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Is there anything else on the
I
agenda?
can stop sharing my screen now, right?
Pardon me?
I can stop sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
All right. So just to reiterate, so we'll do $3 increase for Jeff and then $2 for everyone else. Is that
Yep.
okay?
And I think you should wait till we get this budget approved before you.
No, it wouldn't take effect till July 1st. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but I just want to put
For
it
the
down on
proposal.
paper. So,
Yeah.
Do you know when they're holding meetings on the budget starting?
it starts. I can tell you exactly. Hang on. The Board of Selectmen, they meet February 24th through the 26th. And then the Board of Finance meets the March 3rd through March 31st.
Well,
Yeah, they have like 9 budget meetings. And then the RTM is the last ones to approve it, and they go from April 6th through I think May 4th is their budget vote. Obviously, it's not straight. It's like they'll meet once a week or whatever it is.
Right.
yeah. Okay. Is there anything else on the agenda? What's next?
Unless somebody else has new business, then the only other thing on the agenda is adjourn.
Is everyone ready to adjourn?
We're okay with the meeting as scheduled, as the next scheduled meeting?
Oh, right. The next scheduled meeting is 8 o'clock, right? We moved it. And it's on,
January 20th, right?
well, yeah, the Tuesday, not the Monday, right? I moved the Martin Luther King one and I kept President's Day.
Oh yeah, to be 20th, January.
Yeah.
20th.
So I think it's a Tuesday. Is that okay with people?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it actually works because I might be away that weekend, so we'll see.
And then the President's Day, is that okay? That Monday, or do you want me to move that to the Tuesday?
What day is
I don't know.
President's Day?
It's the February. It's the next. It's the next one.
I mean, I think that should be okay. I mean,
All right, I mean, we could always do a special meeting closer. It's kind of, I can't even think straight
I
with
think,
all
but you
the,
already submitted everything, right?
I already submitted it,
Yeah, so I
yeah.
mean, we could always figure it out.
Yeah, we have time.
The weeks leading up, because like you said, it had to be a special meeting anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll make the motion to adjourn then.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Uh,
Thanks, Luke. Thanks
Yeah,
for
thank you guys.
doing all those write-ups. That looks
Yeah, of
miserable.
course.
Yeah, do
All
send me
right.
that form, would you, the Excel sheet?
Yeah, I'll send you guys everything.
Okay.
all
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 right.
right.
right. Have a
Thank
great
you.
holiday,
Great
everyone.
holidays,
Yeah, thanks you
everybody.
too.
Thank
Enjoy.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
You guys have a good night.